Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the K-Man 1971 back with my first comic book haul of 2021. I hope you all had a great New Year's and hoping for a better 2021 for all of us. And I also hope you like Star Wars comics because I am kicking off this year with an all Star Wars haul. Most of these books were purchased back in December between Ten of Swords ending and some other books not coming out. I had a little extra money in my allotted comic book monthly allowance. I wasn't really buying back issues back in December because it was the holidays, but the majority of these books were either purchased at cover price or under. The most expensive book that you'll see in this haul was only $25. It was a variant that I ordered back in November, and it was supposed to be in my last haul, but it was delivered late. Still have some others still lost out there in the ether of the USPS also, so maybe in my next haul. But without any further ado, let's just jump right on in. This haul is going to be comprised of some keys, some specs, some fillers, some first appearances, variants, a couple of Dark Horse newsstands, and even a reprint. I believe that we're in like the third stage of Star Wars hype, considering I've been here from the beginning. There was the original Star Wars hype of the original movies. Then back in the 90s, there was more Star Wars hype comic book wise due to the prequels and a little bit for, like the sequel trilogy. But now we're in like the third phase of really true blue, like Star Wars hype of post Mando. And it's great. I'm really looking forward to the potential expanded universe, but I'll get into that later. I'm getting off track already. So we're going to kick it off with the hottest book of the year so far, anyway, Star Wars: The High Republic, #1. I thought this was a great read, great introduction to some new characters, a new era of Star Wars. I'm very intrigued, and I'm most likely in for the long haul. So I picked up the standard cover, and I also had this 1 in 10 variant design cover also pre-ordered that just came in yesterday miraculously, so that was pretty cool. Also, I have a couple of dollar pickups from the original series that I wanted to show in my last dollar binges from the fringes video a couple of months ago, but I misplaced them. So here they are. Here's number 93, just another one that's late in the run, and number 104, which is actually a Mock Jewelers variant, which I thought was pretty cool. So, what set off this Star Wars binge actually was seeing that I didn't really have many titles in my pull list. I was buying some Star Wars sets at my local comic book shop, and this was the first set that I ended up picking up: Star Wars Volume 2 of an ongoing Star Wars series from Dark Horse Comics. Now, these books were released right before the prequels in the 90s. So this brings back that old 90s nostalgia. One of the main reasons I picked it up also is because it has the comic books code, or comic book authority code. So it's a newsstand, and never saw a newsstand edition of this before. So I picked up this set pretty cheap. So here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, also a newsstand, and 6. And all of those were probably like $2 a piece. So I think that set was either 10 or 12 bucks. I'm not even sure. And also, I ended up picking this up for $2 or $3. Star Wars number 17, first appearance of Quinlan Voss, which this book has kind of blown up as of lately, so that was pretty cool. He also had a set of Rogue Squadron 1 through 4, which I was planning to pick up the very next week, which I did, but unfortunately, that was after all the Star Wars news broke out after the Disney stockholder meeting. So he ended up pulling an eBay on me and pulled up the eBay prices. So of course I didn't pick those books up, and I haven't picked up any other back issues from him since either, because I'm just one of those collectors. I do not dig out back issues for a shop owner to look them up and then put them up on eBay or charge me an eBay price. If I wanted to buy a book on at eBay price, which I do, I go to eBay for it. So, but that put me on the hunt to get other Star Wars books. So I went to another one of my watering holes, and that's where I found a majority of these Star Wars books at cover price. So let me clear these out. So starting off with a nice cheap little spec book, we have Cassian and K2SO Rogue One Special One Shot. So you know how it all goes. People go after a character's first appearance, and then they try to go after the first time that they ever headline and have their own title. So this was just a one shot, cheap enough. I also picked up the Obi-Wan and Anakin series just because I wanted to pick this up initially when it came out, but I spaced it out. And now with the Obi-Wan series coming out, well, miniseries coming out eventually on Disney Plus, I would like to check out anything from this kind of era from Obi-Wan's, from his adventures. So here's number 1, number 2. They did not have number 3. Here's number 4 and 5. Also picked this up at cover price. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order Dark Temple number 1, which was the first appearance of, I forget her name, but that Jedi right there. Also picked up some Kanan fillers. So Kanan number 3, number 5, and number 8. I think I just need 4 more issues now, and I'll have that series complete. Another series that I'm working on is Darth Vader Volume 2. So here's issue number 2, which I actually paid, I think, $15 for. And then the rest of these were cover price. Number 10, 11, 15, 16, and 17. Kick-ass cover. Alright, moving along. Same store. I ended up finding this for $5. So I was like, cool, I wanted to check this out, and this was actually the variant that I wanted. And this was a book that was probably worth $5 when I picked it up, but over the last couple of weeks, this has morphed into, a $20, $25 book. So, love that cover. Love me some Boba Fett. Also ended up getting this in the mail. This was supposed to be the Bounty Hunters movie variant cover, but the seller just sent me the wrong one. So I was already refunded because this was lost in the mail. But, yeah, cool. But I liked that initial first issue so much that I ended up buying the next 7. So here's number 2. And outstanding Lee Bermejo covers. I'd love to see some Lee Bermejo interiors on a Star Wars story at some point in the future. 3, 4, 5. I'd keep an eye out for that cover too. 6 and 7. Nice. Now, same store. I was shocked to find all of these at cover price. Star Wars Thrawn number 1. I figure it's only a matter of time. I'm assuming that he's going to pop up in the Ahsoka miniseries. So I don't know too much about Thrawn, and I certainly didn't know his origins. So this became essential reading for me. So here's number 1. Great first issue. That's the only one that I've read so far. 2, 3. I guess there's a little spec behind this issue because it's the first appearance of that character. 4, 5. Fantastic covers. And 6, which I guess there's some spec behind this issue also because it's the first meeting between Thrawn and Vader. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. Like I said, I've only read the first issue so far. Alright, here's a book that was lost in the mail for well over a month. Star Wars number 1, variant edition. Yes, another variant. This is a beautiful wraparound cover from Joe Quesada, and love it, man. Luke looks a bit stoned on the cover, I think, but still very cool. Also picked this up. Star Wars number 1, the Whitman reprint. So, Whitman reprint. Now, I guess I have to go on a little bit of a rant about reprints. Now, first of all, I like reprints. I have Marvel Tales, Marvel Milestones, DC Millennium editions, reprints from the 70s, Fireside editions. Reprints are great. But somehow over the past couple of years, things have been twisted, and people think if they get a reprint edition of something, if that reprint is reprinting a first appearance, they believe that they have the first appearance of that character. And that has never been the case. If you open up this book right now, in the indicia, it says that this book features material that was previously published. A reprint is not a variant. I own a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 from Volume 1, the third print. I would love to say that I have the first appearance of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I do not. So all of these people that are paying like crazy money for the first appearance of Dr. Aphra, the fourth and fifth print of Darth Vader, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's bad for the hobby. So a reprint has always been a reprint, and a variant has always been a variant. So enjoy reprints, but don't get it twisted. Don't think that you have a first appearance. You don't. It's never been that way, and it never will. I mean, Marvel has kind of twisted it, and DC too, when they put second print variants on the cover. I can see how a new collector might get confused that way, but if you have a reprint, it's a reprint of a first appearance, just like it would be in Marvel Tales or whatnot. Sorry for the rant, but moving on. On with the countdown. Star Wars #5. This is my second copy. First appearance of Wedge Antilles, allegedly, or is it this? Star Wars #6. He also appears, and he appears in more panels. So is #5 one of those cameo appearances, and #6 the full? If you can, buy them all, as usual. And lastly, for the pick of the haul, Star Wars, Forces of Destiny, Ahsoka and Padme. Powder Puff Girl-esque type cover. But love me some Ahsoka. I'm just rabid for anything that's Ahsoka right now. So very happy to pick this up. This was also at that same store. They charged me $13 for that comic, and I was like, fine, deal. So that's all I have for this month. I will be back next month with another haul. As far as Star Wars goes, I think the future is bright between Disney Plus and Marvel Comics and the expanded Star Wars universe over the next 10 years. I am so psyched. Some things on my want list. Of course, I want some sort of an Ahsoka Tano series from Marvel Comics, some Mando and Grogu action from Marvel Comics, and some post-Jedi era Star Wars stuff from Marvel Comics. I'm not really reading Star Wars, the ongoing series right now, mainly because it's dealing between that era between Empire and Return of the Jedi. I'm more interested in the Mandalorian era that we're in now, and I'd love to see what Luke, Han, Leia, and Chewie were all doing during that time. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, also, for some, shameless plug or not so shameless plug, some other great YouTubers, if you're looking for more Star Wars content, I just want to shout out Kev's Collectibles, Willie's Comics, and of course, the main man himself, Sith Lordly. All of these guys have, like, Omega power level Star Wars collections. I mean, I'm always adding to my list watching their videos. So, highest possible recommendation. Give those guys a sub. So, I'll see you all next month. Thank you all for watching, liking, and subscribing. Take care. See ya.